Welcome to episode 66 of our Sperduti Fitness podcast. I'm your host, Brian. I'm here with my co-host, Beth. And before we jump into today's podcast, Coach Beth's going to take us through a few announcements.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. We are excited that you're joining us for another great topic tonight. But before we get into that topic, I wanted to remind you that Sperduti Fitness 12-week transformation challenge is launched. It's open for the next enrollment, and we are looking to give away that $500 cash prize to our transformation winner. This is the first transformation program to combine fitness and nutrition education. And the next transformation challenge is going to start on Monday, April 3rd. Head on over to the Sperduti Fitness Facebook page and click on the 12-week transformation link. Grab a friend, get enrolled, and let's start your transformation. Brian, let's get into today's topic.
Excuse me. So today's topic, we're going to be talking a little bit about type 2 diabetes, what it is, how it's treated, how it's diagnosed, and some other information pertaining to it. So let's jump right into it. What is type 2 diabetes? Type 2 diabetes is a chronic condition that affects how your body processes glucose, blood sugar. When you have type 2 diabetes, your body either resists the effects of the insulin hormone, a hormone that regulates blood sugar levels, or doesn't produce enough insulin to maintain normal blood sugar levels. The exact cause of type 2 diabetes are not fully understood, but factors such as genetics, lifestyle choices such as lack of physical activity, an unhealthy diet, and obesity can increase the risks of developing this condition.
So we'll talk a little bit also about glucose and type 2 diabetes. So glucose is a type of sugar that is the main source of energy for the body's cells. In people with type 2 diabetes, the body has difficulty regulating those blood glucose levels, leading to high levels of glucose or sugar in the bloodstream. In type 2 diabetes, the body may not produce enough insulin, or the cells may not respond to the insulin as effectively as they should. This leads to a buildup of glucose in the bloodstream, which can cause a variety of symptoms and complications. Over time, high blood glucose levels can damage blood vessels and nerves throughout the body, leading to complications such as nerve damage, kidney disease, and eye damage. This is why it is important for people with type 2 diabetes to monitor their blood glucose levels regularly and to work with their healthcare provider to develop a plan for managing their condition.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about insulin and type 2 diabetes as well. So insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas that helps to regulate blood sugar levels. In people with type 2 diabetes, the body either does not produce enough insulin or it is not able to use insulin effectively, leading to high levels of glucose in the bloodstream. Type 2 diabetes is often associated with insulin resistance, which means that the body's cells are less responsive to the insulin that it produces. This can lead to a buildup of glucose in the bloodstream, which over time can damage organs and tissues throughout the body. While insulin therapy is not always the first line of treatment for type 2 diabetes, it may be necessary for some people with the condition. Insulin therapy can help to lower blood sugar levels and prevent complications of diabetes, such as damaging the eyes, kidneys, and nerves. In addition to insulin therapy, lifestyle changes such as regular exercise and healthy diet can also help to manage type 2 diabetes. By improving insulin sensitivity and reducing insulin resistance, these interventions can help to improve blood sugar control and reduce the risk of complications associated with diabetes. Again, we go back to physical activity and nutrition
and a healthy diet and
everything we read.
Diet.
Yeah.
And, I feel like we're in this day and age where many people are now starting to realize this is how I want to start managing my diabetes, my type 2 diabetes, or if they're borderline, and they're starting to work with health professionals to say, hey, I want to work on this before I start getting on any kind of medication, because we're not looking for a Band-Aid. You're looking really at the root cause. So if you are someone that thinks that they may have type 2 diabetes, we can give you guys a list of some of the symptoms. So the symptoms of type 2 diabetes can develop gradually and may not be noticeable in the early stages. Some common symptoms of type 2 diabetes include increased thirst. You may feel thirsty more often than usual, and you may need to drink more fluids to quench your thirst. Frequent urination. You may need to urinate more often than usual, including during the night. Fatigue. You may feel more tired than usual, even after getting enough rest. Blurred vision. You may experience blurry vision, which can be a sign of high blood sugar levels. Slow healing of sores or cuts. Wounds may take longer to heal than normal, and you may be more prone to infection. Tingling or numbness in the hands or feet. You may experience a tingling sensation or numbness in your hands and feet, which can be a sign of nerve damage caused by high blood sugar levels. It's important to note that some people with type 2 diabetes may not experience any symptoms at all, which is why it's recommended to get regular checkups and blood sugar tests if you are at risk of developing the condition. If you experience any of these symptoms, it's important to consult your healthcare professional for an accurate diagnosis and appropriate treatment.
Oh, excuse me. Now, when you do contact your healthcare professionals, they may send you for type 2 diabetes testing. And type 2 diabetes can be diagnosed with a variety of tests that measure blood sugar levels. Some common tests used to diagnose type 2 diabetes include fasting plasma glucose, an FPG. This test measures your blood sugar level after an overnight fast at least for 8 hours. A blood sample is taken from your vein and analyzed to determine your blood sugar level. As a result of 126 mgs or higher on 2 separate occasions indicates diabetes. Or you can also have an oral glucose tolerance test. This test measures your blood sugar level before and after drinking a sugary solution. A blood sample is taken before you drink the solution and then again 2 hours after. As a result of a 200 milligram or higher after 2 hours indicates diabetes. Hemoglobin A1C test. This test measures your average blood sugar level over the past 2 to 3 months. It is often used to monitor blood sugar control in people with diabetes, but can also be used to diagnose the condition. An HbA1c result of 6.5% or higher on 2 separate occasions indicates diabetes. If you're at risk of developing type 2 diabetes, it's important to get regular checkups and blood sugar tests. Early diagnosis and treatment can help prevent complications and improve long-term outcomes. If you experience any symptoms of diabetes, such as increased thirst or frequent urination, it's important to consult your healthcare professional for an accurate diagnosis and appropriate treatment.
And along with that, people also, they'll start to wonder, okay, I have type 2 diabetes. I think I may, is it possible to lose weight? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Weight loss can be an important factor in managing your type 2 diabetes. Excess weight can increase your insulin resistance, which can make it more difficult to control your blood sugar levels. Losing weight can improve insulin sensitivity and make it easier to control blood sugar levels, which can reduce the risk of complications associated with type 2 diabetes. Weight loss can be achieved through a combination of healthy eating habits and regular physical activity. Eating a healthy, balanced diet that is low in calories and high in fiber can help you lose weight and improve your blood sugar control. This may include foods such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Avoiding processed and high sugar foods is also important in managing blood sugar levels. Man, I notice a pattern here, Brian. Regular physical activity can also help with weight loss and blood sugar control. Exercise can improve your insulin sensitivity and help the body use insulin more efficiently. It can also help with weight loss, improve cardiovascular health, and reduce stress. It's important to consult a healthcare professional before starting any weight loss program, especially if you have type 2 diabetes. Healthcare professionals, trainers, coaches can create safe and effective weight loss strategies that are tailored to your individual needs and health status. They can also monitor your blood sugar levels and adjust your treatment plan as needed to ensure optimal control.
Yeah, that's very, it's an ongoing theme, it is.
Between everything.
Yes. And then we'll talk about type 2 diabetes and exercise. Exercise can be important for managing type 2 diabetes. Regular physical activity can lower blood sugar levels, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce the risk of complications associated with the condition. Here are some ways exercise can help type 2 diabetes. Lowering your blood sugar levels. Exercise can help lower blood sugar levels by increasing the amount of glucose used by the muscles for energy. 2, improving insulin sensitivity. Exercise can improve insulin sensitivity, making it easier for the body to use insulin to regulate blood sugar levels. Number 3, reducing risks of complications. Exercise can reduce the risk of complications associated with type 2 diabetes, such as heart disease, stroke, and nerve damage. When it comes to exercise, it's important to find activities that you enjoy that fit your lifestyle. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week, such as walking, cycling, resistance training, swimming, any activity you really enjoy. You can also incorporate strength training exercises to build muscle to improve overall fitness. I've also noticed,
love all of those.
so do I, and I notice a pattern too with them talking about with them really focusing on strength training lately. A lot of the recommendations are focusing on strength training.
I'm telling you, it's where it's at. There's so many benefits to resistance training that hopefully people will start to realize the benefits and lose the fear of lifting things that are heavy or just focusing on that part of exercise as being normal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to talk about the other hand in hand with exercise, and that is diabetes and nutrition. Nutrition is going to play a crucial role in managing type 2 diabetes. Eating a healthy, balanced diet will help control the blood sugar levels, reduce the risk of complications, and improve your overall health. Here are some important nutrition tips for managing your type 2 diabetes. Monitoring your carbohydrate intake. Carbohydrates can have a significant impact on your blood sugar levels. So it's important to monitor your carbohydrate intake and choose healthy, complex carbohydrates, such as your whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes. Limit your sugar in processed food. These foods high in sugar and processed carbohydrates should be limited as they can spike your blood sugar levels. Choose your healthy fats. Healthy fats, such as those found in nuts, seeds, avocado, and fatty fish, can help improve your heart health and may help improve insulin sensitivity. Focus on fiber. Foods that are high in fiber, such as your whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, can help regulate your blood sugar levels and improve your digestion. Monitor your portion sizes. Portion sizes should be monitored to help maintain a healthy weight and regulate blood sugar levels. Work with a dietitian or a nutrition coach. A registered dietitian can provide guidance on healthy eating habits and create an individualized meal plan based on your health status, preferences, and your lifestyle.
That's all great points in there. It's amazing. Like I said, the on-running thing with healthy diet and exercise.
How many things can be fixed? It is literally the best prescription.
Absolutely. I'm surprised doctors don't write it more as a prescription, like diet and exercise. Here you go.
Yep. Now talk to a professional. Yes.
Type 2 diabetes treatment. So type 2 diabetes can be treated through a combination of lifestyle changes, medication, and regular monitoring. Here are some common treatments for type 2 diabetes. 1, lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes are an essential part of managing type 2 diabetes. This includes eating a healthy, balanced diet, regular physical activity, maintaining a healthy weight, and avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. 2, medications. There are several types of medications that can be used to treat type 2 diabetes, including metformin. A couple of these I don't know how to pronounce. Sulfonylureas, DPP-4 inhibitors, GLP-1 receptor antagonists, and SGLT inhibitors. These medications work by either increasing insulin production, reducing glucose production in the liver, or improving insulin sensitivity. Insulin therapy. In some cases, insulin therapy may be necessary to manage type 2 diabetes. Insulin can be delivered through injections or insulin pumps, and the dosage and timing of the insulin therapy will be dependent on the individual's blood sugar levels and other health factors. And regular monitoring. So regular monitoring of blood sugar levels, blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and kidney function is essential in managing type 2 diabetes. This can help identify any changes or complications and guide treatment decisions.
So what I love about this topic is that we've had clients come through our doors here, through our walls, through our cameras, did this virtual world with this conversation of, I want to control my type 2. I am borderline. I want to take control of it. And when you get that text from that client that is like, I just left the doctor's office and they say to us, you did it. And we're like, no, really, you did it. You just listened to the guidelines and you did it. The client, they did it. I've had a handful of clients come through. And man, that is a fantastic feeling when they send that text saying, I got my blood sugar level down. Like, this, we got it under control. We did this together. And it's so empowering when people can see that they can do it through diet and exercise change, changing your lifestyle. And it's not something you change overnight. It's something that you work and you build into, and having that self-reflection of what's working, what's not working. But what's kind of scary is that there has been an increase in type 2 diabetes in children over the past 20 years. There has been a significant increase in the prevalence of type 2 diabetes in children over 20 years. This trend is linked to the rise in childhood obesity rates, as obesity is a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes. According to the CDC, the prevalence of type 2 diabetes among children and adolescents increases from less than 5% in the 1990s to over 20% in recent years. This increase is particularly concerning because type 2 diabetes was previously considered a disease that primarily affected adults. Several factors are contributing to the rise in childhood obesity rates and the resulting increase in the type 2 diabetes among children. These include changes in diet, such as increased consumption of high-calorie, low-nutrient-dense foods, and a decrease in physical activity levels due to more sedentary lifestyle. Preventing and managing childhood obesity is essential in reducing the prevalence of type 2 diabetes among children. This includes promoting healthy eating habits, encouraging regular physical activity, and addressing other risk factors such as family history of diabetes and ethnicity. Parents, caregivers, and healthcare professionals play a crucial role in helping children. I'll tell you, this is something that
Scary.
it is extremely scary. And it's basically because of the lack of education that's out there based around nutrition, especially with so many fad diets that are being thrown around, and fear marketing that comes out, and the ease of certain products on the market. It's, we can order food from anywhere at any point in time and just have it delivered, especially kids having phones nowadays. It's so easy for a parent to just say, yeah, order something, have it DoorDashed home, and it starts with us. It's what do we show for our habits at home? What are we teaching our kids? I think that's really what I love about the whole family aspect side of it. I feel like that's someplace I'm super strong with, especially because I have athletes at my house. We have a very open conversation about nutrition and where do our fun foods fit in, and did this specific food reach our goals? So it's definitely something that needs to be talked about and addressed within a family unit.
Yeah. And this all starts with the parents. I mean, there's been a significant increase in type 2 diabetes in adults over the past 20 years, both in developed and developing countries. In the United States, for example, the number of adults diagnosed with type 2 diabetes has more than tripled since the 1980s, according to the CDC. And there are several reasons, again, for this trend. One major factor is the rise in obesity rates, and type 2 diabetes closely linked to being overweight and obese, and the increasing prevalence of these conditions has led to a corresponding increase in type 2 diabetes. Another factor is aging population. Type 2 diabetes is more common in older adults, and as the population ages, there are more people at risk for developing this disease. That's why it's very important to stay fit and work out and manage your nutrition later in life. It's very important. Changes in lifestyle factors such as a lack of physical activity and unhealthy diets have also been linked to the rise of type 2 diabetes. The increasing availability of processed and high-calorie foods, as well as a sedentary lifestyle, have contributed to the obesity epidemic and, in turn, an increase in diabetes. Overall, the increase in type 2 diabetes is a complex issue with multiple contributing factors. And addressing it will require a multifaceted approach that includes promoting healthy eating habits, increasing physical activity, and addressing underlying social and economic factors that contribute to obesity and diabetes.
It's scary. I mean, when you read those statistics and
Mhm.
think about how we need to be in control of those things, like I think about this a lot. I think about how we as a society, especially as we age, once we hit that 40 and above mark, it's kind of like we still have the habits that we had when we were in our 20s and early 30s, where we may not have had kids yet. So we were more active and we're doing more things for ourselves. And, you come into this world where you have kids and then they keep you busy. And then these, the excuses start to pile in. Well, I have kids. No, let your kids be your excuse to stay healthy.
Absolutely.
We start to see this pattern when people are, nearing the 50s or above, and they're like, wow, what happened? And it's like, well, you neglected yourself for some time, and it happens. We've all done it. Some of us just figure it out sooner than others that we need to take control of it, because you can't have the same habits that you had in your 20s and think you're going to be able to have them in your 40s and beyond. It's just, that's not reality. It's just not. So some adjustments need to be made. And I'm telling you, when you surround yourself by like-minded individuals, it's a lot easier to trust the scientific education information that is out there than the fad diet information. But can you live with type 2 diabetes? Well, living with type 2 diabetes can be challenging, but it is possible to lead a healthy and fulfilling life with proper management. So here are some healthy tips living with type 2 diabetes. Follow that healthy lifestyle, eating that healthy, balanced diet, regular physical activity, work on maintaining a healthy weight, avoid smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. These are all important for managing type 2 diabetes. Monitor your blood sugar levels. Regular monitoring of your blood sugar level is essential for managing type 2 diabetes. This can help identify any changes or complications and will help guide your treatment decisions. Take medications as prescribed. If your medical provider feels that a medication is important for you and you are on board with it, make sure that you are talking about the side effects and the things that may come along with it. Know what you're taking before you take it. Manage your stress. Stress can have an impact on your blood sugar levels. So it's important to find ways to manage stress, such as relaxation techniques or exercise. Getting your regular checkups. Your regular checkups with your healthcare professional are so important for monitoring your blood sugar levels, your blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and your kidney function. And of course, join a support group. Joining a support group can be helpful for managing the emotional and social aspects of living with type 2 diabetes. It's important to remember that managing your type 2 diabetes is a lifelong process that requires ongoing attention and care. But with proper management, it is possible to prevent or delay complications associated with type 2 diabetes and lead a healthy and fulfilling life.
Yeah, that was a lot of great information. And that's, like I said, that's what we try to do on the podcast is we work with a lot of clients and we chat with a lot of people, and a lot of them are struggling with different issues. And I feel like we want to be the podcast to bring those topics to the forefront. And then also, again, we always ask, we don't claim to be doctors or experts in the area. We're here to start a conversation. So, I mean, if there's anyone out there that's, would like to go more in depth, we welcome them on the podcast to go more in depth on these topics to give people a better education. But we want to be the ones to start the conversation, because that's a lot of great information we just went over. And we know there's people out there that have type 2 diabetes. And if somebody's listening and they're like, okay, well, I'll move a little bit more. That's our goal. Start a conversation. Start the process. That's it.
Absolutely.
So we hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. And again, if you are a healthcare provider and well-versed in the area, we'd love to have you on to go more in depth. Again, we don't claim to be doctors or experts in the area. We're just here to start a conversation. You can find our podcast on Sperduti Fitness Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Please share, like, and comment, and we will catch you guys next episode.
Thanks. Bye.